Even with your handset, you can even do it. I will say it. You see my just like, look at what I did yesterday for us to understand. This is my your handset is not just to make call, receive call, or to chat, whatever. But your handset is also a tool to manage your farm effectively for those that know it. Like on our farm now, on the location of our farm, from now, every month, we plot a graph. What's the temperature for that day, for throughout that month? What's the humidity throughout that month, throughout that month? It's not that what temperature come, oh, today is too hot, today is too hot. That means that farmer is not smart. At least even before the temperature becomes very hot, you already know it in time based on the tool, that's your handset. You even know that, okay, humidity is coming. Temperature is going to be high or so day. You work towards that. Look at yesterday night. This around 11 o'clock. I Google Krishi Farm in Abuja. Krishi Farm in Abuja. That's after Karo, the Maraba side. Around 2:30 p.m. Look at what's happening here. At 11 o'clock, humidity was 42. By 12 o'clock, it got 49. By 1 o'clock, 49. By 2 o'clock, 54. This is the rate of humidity in the north, Karachi side, Abuja. Temperature 28. I now Google Ogidi town in Anambra. The same temperature was 29. Same temperature like Abuja. But look at the humidity. By that 12 o'clock, it was that 11 o'clock, it was only 81. By 12 o'clock, 85. By 1 o'clock, 85, 80, 85. By 2 o'clock, 85. But by 3 o'clock, 90. By 4 o'clock, 90. Any farm in this area will suffer heat stress. But the temperature is still 28. Because if now 28 plus 90, it will give you 118. It has passed the 106 value I told you earlier. If you now add 28 plus 61, it just give you 89. It's less than the 106 value index I mentioned earlier. So the heat stress index is very key. So in Ogidi now, the temperature of 28, the birds will have stress. Either if they don't die, you see drop in production, you see low quality of your egg, or there's no growth in broiler. But even though they didn't die, but the farmer in Abuja with 28 degrees centigrade, they will not feel anything. So that is what I'm telling you about humidity, that temperature and humidity index. If you don't understand it, you find it difficult to manage heat stress in your birds. Just from look at from this data. So, and I pray you understand my submission. And if you look at it also, even with your handset, look at the wind. In that Abuja, it's flowing 8 kilometers per hour by that 11 o'clock, by that 11 o'clock. But in that Ogidi, it's 6 kilometers per hour. Even the answer will even tell you the rate of wind. I can tell you, by the time if I've waited till that 3 o'clock, the wind flow will be maybe 0 or 1. But Abuja may go to 5 or 6. It means that the air will be stagnant because the more the place is saturated with moisture, there will be no air because it's heavy. So there will be no air. And that time the birds will die. So with your tools, even anywhere you are in the world, you can even know the humidity and temperature of your farm without even staying there, without even putting anything, just with your phone. It can tell you. This one, yesterday I'm in my house in Lagos, and I know what's happening in Ogidi, I know what's happening in Karachi. So your handset is a perfect tool to monitor your business in poultry. Look at the temperature humidity index, like I put it before, 30. If the temperature is 30 and humidity is 75, you don't have problem. But the moment humidity pass went 80 and temperature is 30, that bird will be in danger. It's just simple like that. The moment temperature is even 30 and humidity is 75, because by that when 30 plus 70 is give you 100. So it has not even reached that 106. So they're still in the comfort zone of the bird. But the moment it passed 80 and 30, it has passed the 106 value. So that humidity temperature humidity index is very key. And I hope we understand my submission. Then why are birds susceptible to high temperature, high environmental temperature? Why the birds? One, because the birds don't have sweat gland. They don't have, like even we human beings, we have sweat gland, and that's why we are sweating. And that's why I say that human beings they release heat almost by 78% by air around them because they are sweating. But the birds don't have they don't have sweat gland. And the worst part also, the birds they have feather. They have feather and they make the ability to become water. And second, the birds also they are fat in nature, especially broiler. So that we can also add to internally generated heat. Then they have high body temperature, like I said before. And broiler are more susceptible to heat than layers. And good layers in cage are more susceptible to heat than good layer or depliter because the depliter they can move outdoor, they can adjust. So I want to just understand that one. Then let us now look at the effect of heat stress on birds. What are the effects? If you are observant on the farm as a farm manager or the owner, you find out the first thing they will do, especially those on debiliter, the broiler now, they try to move away from other birds. But in the cage, they can't do that one because they're inside cage. But even though they're inside cage, they will try to move away from the other birds. That's the first sign you will see. Then after that one, they move against cooler surface, such as cool wall or into moving air, especially for those on debiliter. Then after that one, the next thing they go to, they lift the wings away from the body to reduce insulation. The moment you go to your farm and you see the bird lift his wing up, it means that it's feeling heat. That means feeling heat. The moment you go and see the bird lifting his wing up, that means the bird is feeling heat. Because it's feeling heat, so it's lifting its wing so the air can pass through it and cool it. Then the next thing, it will start to pant slowly. You see, they will start panting slowly. By the time after lifting the wing, they will now start panting. After panting, especially in broiler, they rest to reduce heat generated by activity. They will not be moving. They will stay there, broiler. So that because as they are moving, they are generating heat. Then after that one, the next stage you see in the bird, they reduce feed intake. They will not eat feed. They will look at feed. Then after that one, the next thing you will observe is that there's increase in water consumption. They will be now drinking of normal water. Then after that one, the last thing that will happen, divert blood from internal organ to the skin, which darken skin color. That means the blood is moving from the internal organ like the intestine, it moves to the skin so that it cools his body. The blood is flowing there. And that's why those that slaughter broilers in hot weather, you see the color is darkening. If you see the color like reddish, it heat stress. Even in layer, if you are doing PM, even from the PM, you know that this bird is suffering from heat stress because you see the color will be reddish because the bird blood is moving from internal organ to the skin. What are the visible signs? Sign of heat stress. Increase water intake, I've said before. They open the beak, I've said before. They lift the wing, I've said. Decrease activities, decrease feed intake, and increase in panting. These are visible signs that you will see. Another thing you can also see that panting you are seeing, the more they pant, the more they are releasing carbon dioxide out. As they are panting, they are releasing carbon dioxide out of their mouth. And when they are panting, that means they decrease carbon dioxide level in the blood. And once the carbon dioxide level drop in the blood, respiratory alkalosis will set in. And before you know it, heat stress deplete like sodium, like chloride out from the system. That's why you need to give the electrolyte. Another visible sign that you notice also that there will be increased cannibalism. They will be taking themselves too much, especially to birds in the cage. Large body weight, poor coloration, and rough skin, especially in broiler because of heat stress. The egg production drop for no apparent reason. You see, the production don't drop. The birds are not sick. the product drop. Then reduce exercise and poor extra quality. These are visible signs that you notice as heat stress. Then increase out of urine, further loss of electrolytes. I've said that one. Then thirsty increases many times. Then ascites. Sometimes you see ascites in the bath. Don't be PM, you see ascites. Then body metabolism is also disturbed. TBL dyschondroplasy. You see the paralysis in broiler now. Paralysis in broiler is because of heat stress. Then increase in mortality. These are visible signs that we normally see. I've explained this one. Like I said, heat stress, blood flow changes in poultry. I've said this one. Blood, that is during heat stress, the blood flow changes. They're what we call vasoconstriction and vasodilation. That means blood supply to the reproductive tract, the digestive tract, the bone will be restricted. And that's why you see paralysis, even in broiler, in layer. That's why you see the birds are not eating very well. That's why you see there's drop in production, because blood is not flowing to that area. But more, that was called vasodilation. Then more blood flowing to the skin, back, the breast, the comb, the water, the tongue. So abdominal muscle, almost 400%, you see it. So that's why you have said you see dark color. The invisible sign of heat stress, things that you cannot see when there's heat stress. Number one, the pH of the plasma, the pH of blood plasma increases. The pH within the cell fall down. The urine output increases, and also does the electrolyte. The bicarbonate is lost. That's why you have crack. And stress hormones appear in the blood, like corticosterol. That's why you need to give vitamin C. That's why you are giving vitamin C. The reason for vitamin C, it will take care of the corticosterol, the hormone that the buzz is appearing in the blood. So that's why vitamin C is very key. Then another thing also, there are physiological effects in the poultry. So this one is more technical, but let's just say it for the purpose of this training. Well, normally, blood pH is controlled by the lungs and kidney. Normally, the blood pH is controlled by the lungs and kidney, along with the buffer system, which prevent rapid changes in the pH. However, as the respiratory rate increase in heat stress bath, there is a corresponding decrease in the level of blood carbon dioxide. That's respiratory alkalosis. That's elevated blood pH result. Heat stress also depletes potassium and other nutrients in the body and alter the delicate electrolyte balance in the body, and the body become weak, because even though as a human being you have diarrhea, you lose electrolyte, you become weak. The same thing, they will lose electrolyte and they become weak. They cannot eat, they cannot move. And these are the physiological effects. As the body is panty, they're releasing carbon dioxide out. As the carbon dioxide releasing, because it's the lungs, it's the kidney that buffer the lungs and the kidney that buffer the blood in poultry. It's only two organs, the lungs and the kidney buffer. But if there's too much of carbon dioxide releasing, it now becomes alkaline. And that's why the pH level is changed and people know the bird will die. And also because of that, when there's hyperventilation and there's loss of carbon dioxide through the respiration, it will lead to high blood pH, low carbonic acid. That carbonic acid is what is forming shell of a bird. So when there is low carbonic acid, it now carry increased elimination of carbon dioxide through kidney and iron. And before you know it, there is no deposit of calcium. Before you know it, there will be crack, too much of crack. And before you know it, bone formation is also affected. You see paralysis. That's just the dramatic what is happening during heat stress. And then what is happening also is that during heat stress, in a healthy bird, a bird that is very healthy, no problem, there's what you call tight junction protein that seals space between the intestinal and epithelial cell inside the bird, ensure an intergut barrier that helps to prevent pathogen or toxin from entering the bloodstream. However, during heat stress, the tight junction protein can be disrupted, which allow pathogen or toxin to circulate the system. That's why sometimes during heat stress, you see even the bacteria too much. You see bacteria, but they be tricky. You see bacteria. Because in the GI of the birds, they're what you call tight junction protein. That's why the protein, why oxidation is taking place. there is introcyte. They are called tight junction protein. This is introcyte, the intestine, because this is a tight junction protein. This it tight like that, but during heat stress, it disrupts like this. So before you know it, they what you call leaky gut. Bacteria can enter into the bloodstream like Salmonella, E. coli too much, and the change of it decrease the gut. Before you know it, the birds are affected. So these are some of the physiological effects of heat stress in poultry. Now, how can we manage heat stress? I've elaborated about different mechanisms of heat stress. That's the main topic now. How can we manage heat stress on our farm? There are different methods, but for the purpose of this training, because we don't have time, I enumerate only 4 ways. If we're able to implement these 4 ways on our farm, at least we achieve 60 results, or if not 70. And number 1 is poultry house management. That's number 1. Number 2, water management. Number 3, poultry feed management. And then there was called general management. These are the way that we are using on our farm, and what we also advise other farmers to do, and are getting results. And that's what I'm sharing with you this afternoon. And before that, these are the way, like I said before, these are the way the bird relieve heat from the body. Like convection, by losing heat through surrounding. The other vasodilation, other convection, like blood swelling water, like even the water, they come, they can also relieve heat by putting the head in water. They relieve. There's also radiation. There's also conduction. Then there's also evaporation. That evaporation is by like opening their mouth so that they can relieve heat. These are the way the birds are reducing heat from the body. So now let's come to the house management, the poultry house management. Number 1, if you are constructing your house or you're designing a poultry house, we advise that you orient the poultry pen in east-west axis so that they will prevent radiation and water not or light not entering the pen. There are so far winter light is entering the pen. It's because they didn't get the condition very well. And we also advise that the width of the pen shall not pass 35 feet. That means, or 35 feet. On our farm is 29 feet. That's the width, not the length. The length, we don't have issue with the length, but the width of the pen shall not pass 35 feet. That means you shall have no more than 2 rows in the building. By the time you have 3, 4 rows, because you want to have many birds in a pen, during heat stress, whether you like to or not, you lose because there will be no cross ventilation. So that's why in tropic, don't pass 30, 35, 30 miles a max, not 30. That's the width of the pen. Why I say 35, so that depends the way you are, how you are serving food, the wheelbarrow, or the way you are packing sheet. But you know, automated, is automated, so we don't need that space for wheelbarrow to pass. But for those one, they can now go to 30, 32, 35. So the width of the farm pen shall not be more than 30, 32. Then remove any unneeded metal object from around the pen, machinery, vehicle, and other junk, which could radiate heat into the pen. You go from farm, a lot of junk near the metal near the pen. So remove them during this heat period. Or if a car that's spoiled, you park near the pen, you remove them, all those junk, because they can radiate heat into the pen and increase the temperature of the pen. Then remove the manure in the pen during hot weather. At this time now, don't play with manure. Frequently remove manure, especially for those that have pets. I always remove them frequently now. Even 2 or 3 days. Don't allow manure to stay inside the pen now. During the season, you can play with inside the pen because manure is a source of heat and its presence in the pen increase the pen temperature. Let me repeat myself there. Remove the manure in the pen in hot weather. Manure is a source of heat, and its presence, that's the manure in the pen, increase the pen temperature. Number one, grow vegetation or grass around the pen to cool incoming air and reduce the heat reflection into the open pen. For those that have open pen, I'm not saying that when you say grow vegetation, some people will think they plant a lot of plantain sucker. That one can block ventilation. You can just have small. You see, they plant one plantain sucker before you know it, it has grown too many, too numerous. At the end of the day, the purpose for it is defeated. It's block ventilation. So grass is, I'm not saying the grass should be very tall, and let not the grass be close to the wire mesh, because if not, it will cause dew, and your wire mesh will be roasting. So there's a distance. Make sure there is a grass. You'll be trimming the grass and watering it. At least with that, it to cool the incoming air and reduce radiation to the pen is very key. Adjust, if possible, adjust the number of pens in the cage to have ideal stock density. Overcrowding of birds in the cage increase the heat produced within each cage, and limit air movement around the birds. So if possible, in hot weather, reduce the number of birds per cell or